make Vendetta against Mormon apologists.
Whoa, a vendetta. It's pretty intense. It seems to me that perhaps the only appropriate response to a vendetta is to offer a hand of friendship. We're not against you, and I'm sorry that you feel otherwise. My response here will be quite brief because we only have a couple minutes, but I'll see what I can do.
There is a difference between your average Mormon who grows up in Utah, goes and becomes a missionary because that's just the thing that you do.
While some young missionaries do serve to go on missions because that's just what you do, the majority choose to serve missions because they've experienced the love of God in their lives. They've experienced the joy that comes from living His gospel, and they want to share that with other people. That's why I went.
Gets back, and then eventually boots Mormonism because they realize how it is just a pile of nonsense.
There are many who are booting religion and spirituality. In the last 20 years, Gallup reports that as a nation, we went from 42% of our country going to church every week down to 30%. That's a 12% drop in just 20 years. That is wild. Latter-day Saints have also declined, but has maintained a number around 56% of those attending every week. So yes, people do leave. But to suggest that members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints boot their religion at a higher rate than others is leaning on a narrative that isn't accurate according to the data.
Compared to a Mormon apologist, somebody who is, I wouldn't say honestly or truly, but somebody who has deeply studied the theology and history of the Mormon religion and still defends it as the objective truth when it is so blatantly obvious how nonsensical Mormonism is.
Context really matters when studying the King Follett sermon. There were 4 scribes who were annotating the sermon. I'd recommend you study each one before making obvious conclusions here. The authors throughout the Old Testament, Isaiah included, were painting a picture of the incomparability of God. In addition, the Bible does a pretty good job at teaching theism. Romans 8:16 teaches us that we are heirs, even joint heirs with Jesus Christ. 2 Peter 1:4 promises us that we can become partakers of the divine nature. And in John 17:21, Jesus Christ invites us to be one in Him, even in the same manner that He is one with the Father. We've addressed this verse in other videos, and you're not interpreting that verse correctly. I'd be more than happy to walk you through how the Book of Mormon completely and beautifully teaches that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, that He came to save, and that salvation comes only in and through Him, that we're saved only through His merits, mercy, and grace. Just go check out what John 1:1 says in Greek. We believe that Jesus Christ is the first begotten of God in the Spirit. We're going to disagree on the Trinity here, and I don't think that has to make us enemies, though if you insist that it does, I just invite you to consider what Jesus Christ taught us on how to treat our enemies. In the end, man, I could just go on and on about contradictory verses or issues that I see with your faith, but I've never found that to be productive. We have an opportunity to link arms together and prepare the world for the second coming of Jesus Christ, and I think we should take it. If you ever want to get an inside view on what members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints actually believe, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to answer any question that you have.